Hey, my name is Jobby, and we're looking at the Revoltech Himiko Toga from the manga and anime series My Hero Academia. We're doing this again. Cartoon characters, let alone action figures based on those characters, don't have human rights. Go stop actual crime, you self-righteous Twitter fuck. Now, this lovely lady is potentially the last in a series of MHA girls by Revoltech. Please don't leave me. And I've never been the biggest simp for Toga, but after seeing these heart-melting promo pictures, I just had to drop $80. Link in the description. For this price, she had better be the cutest in the world. And the coolest in the world has got to be Tokyo Treat and Sakurako, the sponsor of this video. And they both want to wish you a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Tokyo Treat is a fun Japanese subscription snack box that ships worldwide and is filled with rare Kit Kats, Japanese chips, noodles, and more of the latest Japanese treats. Tokyo Treat's theme for December is Snack in Wonderland. Because of course it is. Just look at the special holiday-themed box. The theme changes month by month, which is also the case for Sakurako, a monthly Japanese artisan snack box that supports local snack makers, filled with more traditional Japanese snacks like mochi, wagashi, and Japanese tea. Matcha-infused sencha in this case. And you always get one piece of special Japanese tableware. For this month, you get this Minoware Indigo plate. Sakurako's theme for December is, of course, holidays in Japan. And if you wanted to know more about, well, holidays in Japan, both boxes include a cultural guide booklet that features snack details, allergen information, and fun insights about Japanese culture. So use my code JOBBY to get $5 off your first Tokyo Treat order and $5 off your first Sakurako order. Click the link in the description or scan these QR codes to experience Japan from the comfort of your own home. These nuts roasting. When opening this up for the first time on my second channel, Jobby, to like, comment, subscribe, I'm always amazed and a bit disappointed by how little space the actual figure takes up. But size isn't everything, because the painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. This is a near-perfect recreation of everyone's favorite shape-shifting bloodsucker, who's not your mom, which is the same. She's a bit plain, isn't she? I love that about her. A stroke of genius by Horikoshi-sensei. Just by looking at this dirty, baggy, comfy-looking fit, you wouldn't expect Toga to have an insatiable bloodlust. Red panties. I don't think we ever see this in the show. This alone is worth $80.
I've been on my way, motherfucker!
You must be lost if you're not a My Hero Academia fan, or if you're normal. If you don't know, her quirk, or superpower, is the morbid ability to shapeshift into anyone, as long as she's drunk their blood. This unassuming schoolgirl is one of the more violent villains, but you would not be able to tell from her face. How charming is this? Maybe it's because I have zero survival instinct. What can I say? I'm a cat owner. Shit! And for a character that's so mouth-focused, her teeth had better be well sculpted. And they are. Which is the case for the rest of her alternate faces, 6 in total. In addition to this default smile, you get another smile looking to our right, her left. A closed-mouth smile. Kissing face? This was the face that sold me on the figure, by the way. Does she even make this face in the show? Who cares? You get an angry face. Definitely her most villainous face, but it's about as scary as a hissing cat. And her final face. And no, her tongue is not articulated. Too bad. Believe it or not, I do remember this face from the series. The context isn't as freaky as you'd expect. She's simply showing off and pointing to her chompers, which I suppose you can fully recreate if you replace her default fists with these pointing hands. You also get a pair of open hands, grabby hands that have their index and thumb melded together, and another pair of grabby hands that have them separate. It was hard to spot the difference at first, but the instructions do a good job at cluing you in, even though I don't have any Japanese knowledge whatsoever. Patsu-A to Patsu-B. Part A, thumb, finger melded together, allows her to hold these included knives, which were cleverly stored in these alternate thigh parts. But you only get 2 knives total, the rest of them are molded in. And we'll talk more about these in a bit. Excellent cheek detail.
God damn it!
Ah, shit. And part B, thumb and finger separate, lets her hold these canisters, which, just like the thigh parts, are part of a whole different fit. Let's whip out her villain gear and transform her? Any excuse for dispersion relation is a good one. And here we have, let's call it her villain mode. No longer is she just an ordinary high school dropout, she's fully decked out with some sci-fi shenanigans. I think it's cool. Her collar with those precisely sculpted teeth is intimidating, and these little tube pods are slightly posable. Ball joint here. Same goes for the holsters. You could also pretend that these canisters extend by way of these alternate tube parts. You get 3 of them, and replace these normal canisters with these that have a pointy tip. You get 2 of them, and that's gonna let her extract and collect various samples of blood to turn into different characters whenever she wants. Girl, you nasty. As epic as the villain gear is, it does slightly nerf her poseability. So let's take it all off and get right into her tight joints. I've heard reports of her joints snapping and cracking due to the excessive amount of force required to move them. And by reports, I mean my chat on Jobby too. Like, comment, subscribe. So before articulating her, I recommend using a tiny bit of silicone grease to loosen up the afflicted areas to your desired tolerance, making sure that they're still tight but not as squeaky. And now we can talk about that ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel, and as you can see, it's a double ball joint. Combining that with the ball joint at the base of her neck, she can look up that far and down that far. Ball joint at the shoulders, which allows for a full rotation. Arm moves out, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, wrist swivel, hinge joint here, ball joint at the chest and the waist, which you can get a better look at by lifting this whole part up. This free-floating part might bother some people, but it guarantees that the torso articulation is unimpeded. Every ball joint can be, and that allows for an insane ab crunch and a beautiful arching back. Oh yes. Ball joint at the hips, which allows for a kick that's a little limited because of the skirt. The skirt is somewhat flexible and made out of 2 parts, but it only helps so much. Can't move back that far. She's got a beautiful spread. Thigh swivel, double bend at the knee, swivel at the base of the ankle, a hinge joint, points down that far, a toe bend, and an insane ankle pivot. You can get even more displays by attaching her to this included stand, which has a hinge joint, swivel, and you can remove the claw and plug it directly into the figure or the back of her belt. Despite the somewhat limited hip rotation, poseability here is excellent. In a lot of ways, Revoltech really improved their engineering since Ochako Urararara. Just like the rest of their figures, Toga is clearly designed to be posed dynamically, but she never looks overextended or awkward while doing so, unless you want her to. I love you, Ochako, but no. Size comparison time. Here's Figma Madoka Kaname, Haya Toys Godzilla, the Magic Square Light of Peace, not Optimus Prime. My previous review, the Collection Space Star Queen. Bit of a theme with these November videos, huh? And my other Revoltech My Hero Academia figures. I really hope this isn't the last we see of Revoltech My Hero Academia, because this figure is amazing. Bandai's gonna have a lot to top with their SH Figuarts version. You already know I pre-ordered. And as kawaii as Toga is, Mirko still solos. Better figure, better designed, and legal. You happy now, Twitter?
No, I won't be happy until you're actually dead.
Boom!
No!
Thanks again, Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. for sponsoring the video, and a big thanks to all my members and patrons for your continued support. All you mid-tier members are gonna scroll on screen, while I shout out all my high-tier members, starting with the leader class. Depressed Tomioka, Meep, Rick's Changer, I'm Done, God of all Daleks, Cognaros, Jonathan Coco, Shade CLW, Funosaurus Rex, Digital Dev, Anything Gamer 3000, Victor Holiday, Izumi Miaumra, KB7623, Swagapotamus, Squardzilla, Phoenix Logie, Nathalia, The Amazing Jack, Jesmark Mike Cell, Benjamin Nguyen, Blissfully Tired, Ringo Blingus, The Crazy Minnesotan, Aaron Yeager, Drummer Boy 0130, Super Duper Boy, Daggers Boy, Scarlet Scout 259, Arch Cyberknight Mikey, Boxhead, The Uncle Show, Mothman, Gay Emma, Puppy Nickel, Cam After Dark, Yeetus McBeatus 420, Kamui, Gooby, Breakaway TA, Joseph Leroy, Kana Candy, Saber Redfen, Millennium Blade of McKella, Autism Guy, Astro B057, Arlie, formerly Luxana, Jonas RT, and Kamen Rider KFP. As for my Triple Kiss patrons, Rudy Gator, Alan Gland, Ouija GBs, Riggs and Terror, Shade CLW, That One Trans Girl, Zylac Zeo, the True Omni God King of All, Kaiser Monarch, The Munch, Aaron Yeager, Kenneth Smith, Josh Suruda, Atom Boy, Petri Chroma, Geralt of Rizia, Melania Goddess of Rot, Ian, the Rukiri Savage, Midori, Deathy Dash, A Small Cookie, BFast 2000, Cameron Pedley, Liger0Z9, Mama Munix, Brian Denna, Saiyan Joku 75, Jonathan Coco, Zach Carney, Delta Vortex, Mr. Jaxo, Fate, Boney's Network, Austin Sabatino, Tropic Panda, Tiger Boy, Znaki Art Z, Smithy Killer, Tarn the Robot Layer, Gorgangus, Cam After Dark, Nozarashi Kenpachi, Not Modding 21, Cognaros, The Blue Pixeling Entertainment, Proxy Fox, Luxy Day, 12 Acre Sunshine, Scarlet Scout, Artist 101, Nathalia Munoz, Ken Rodman, The Gaming Demon, Striker 374, Mingy Caesar, Dwight Wiley, Weed Horse Theo, and Michael McLaughlin. And now, chat, we enter the final month of the year. I'll see you next time with more toy reviews and more streams on Jobby too. I wonder what's for Christmas. I gotta stroke my shit.